Welcome, systems check. System all clear. Initiating startup protocol. Welcome trivia and crypto degenerates. Access granted. Enjoy the descent into this immersive game of knowledge.
All right, perfect. We're live. Welcome as always, everybody. What's going on tonight, Dan?
Oh, not too much. We split the game tonight, and yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting one. I apologize. I might not be as peppy as I normally am. I just getting over a bit of a stomach bug that's taken me out for a few days. So, we got we got history. We got movies.
Yep, movies, music. I did a grab bag round, and then whatever two you
and then
did.
I did a history and a grab bag one. So should be a good one.
Awesome.
So let's get right to it. Let's see how everyone does.
All right, let's get that one started here. Go. Come on, share. There we go. I think we're good. I'm waiting for. There we go. Okay, I was gonna say my phone's got a lag on it, so I couldn't tell. Perfect. All right, you want to kick it off, Dan, or you want me to?
Sure, I can start. All right, question number one, round one. The quote:
What
I have a
movie is
bad
that
feeling.
quote from?
Oh yeah, Star Wars Episode 6, Episode 5, Episode 3, or all of the above.
So it's a famous quote, but what movie is that from? Everybody going with 4. Are they right, Dan?
Yes. They say in every, not even just the episodic ones, but in Rogue One and Solo, they say that too.
Yep.
It's kind of become a Star Wars tradition.
I think I just messed up my mic.
So you get for messing with it.
I'm telling you, I need one of those ones that just like sits there on the desk. They're expensive.
They are expensive, but they are pretty nice to have. I'm so used to holding one now, though.
What's
all
that?
right? Question number 2: which is not the name of a child selected to tour the Wonka factory in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Veruca Salt, Mike Teavee, Charlie Bucket, or Billy Warp? I'll be honest, I don't remember what Charlie's last name was.
Yeah, I don't know. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is okay. It's one of those movies, like I feel like you have to see it, but past that, I'm good after like 1 or 2 times.
I've never seen the one with Johnny Depp, but I always enjoyed the original one with Gene Wilder, and that's probably why I liked it so much. But
I saw the Johnny Depp one when it came out in theaters. I remember seeing it at the Glen Theater, but I don't think I've seen it since then.
I don't know. It's an odd movie, but it's such a one of a kind. The one thing that I can never get over though is how. Oh, sorry. Question number 3: how old was Stockard Channing when she played high school student Rizzo in Grease? 36. She definitely she was old for sure comparatively to like being in high school. 33. I always thought that 28 or 23.
I guess I never realized that. Like, I don't know. I never paid that much attention to it. I guess when I was younger, but then the first time I noticed it, that she was definitely like an older actress, like much older than a high school student. Was, I don't know, probably a couple years ago. We were watching it on TV, and I was just like, she looks like, not like super old, but like she definitely looks older.
She's got like chain smoker's cough going on. The thing that bugged me about Willy Wonka was how Grandpa, like Charlie's entire family was just a bunch of bums laying in bed. Then magically, when he has a golden ticket, his grandpa gets out of bed for the first time in a decade and starts dancing like the fucking jig, like he's fine. I'm like, dude, you are a bum. Come on, Grandpa. All right. Question number 4. Some of the Velociraptor noises in Jurassic Park are actually which animals' meaning? Tortoises, lizards, frogs, or crocodiles?
Did that last one not show the answer?
They haven't been.
What?
Yeah, just when we think we solved the problem.
Yeah. So anybody that's curious, the last answer was she was 33 years old.
That's got to be weird for actors and actresses, because that's how it's very common. I think people in their 20s and 30s portray people in high school and shows.
Well, even even if you look more recently, take the Spider-Man movies, for instance, Tobey Maguire, in the first one, he was 26 when they were filming and 27 when it came out, just for the first one. And then the second one, you figure he's really into his late 20s. And then by the third one, he's early 30s. And Andrew Garfield, when they were doing his, I think he was 28 when they did the first one.
Yeah.
So Tom Holland was actually the only one that actually was high school age when they started it.
So that one was tortoises. I do know that tortoises mating was the sound.
Did I get everybody on that one?
Most people, if not everyone. What object was Toy Story's Woody originally? A ventriloquist dummy, a puppet, a nesting doll, or a clown doll? I don't know what a nesting doll is. What's a nest? Like a Russian doll?
Yeah. We're a bunch of, it's like a nesting table for furniture where there's a smaller version, then a bigger, and then a bigger, and they all fit underneath one another. Like a nesting doll is kind of the same thing. So interestingly enough, the makers of Toy Story actually included every one of these type of toys or objects, I guess, if you will, in all the different Toy Story movies. So Woody was originally supposed to be a ventriloquist dummy, which I think any one of these, I just can't picture him being anything other than a cowboy doll. But I don't know, it just seems weird to me. But they had a clown. I think in the third one there was nesting dolls. I don't remember which one it was. And then the latest one there was a ventriloquist dummy, which was supposed to be a callback to the origin story of it and everything. But I don't know. I found that kind of interesting.
All right, so Bobby's got one, Stephanie has one, and Brooke has one. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say, out of the list of 5 movies you just had, I like Willy Wonka more than I like Toy Story. It's not that I dislike Toy Story. I just think Toy Story is overrated. I think... Yeah,
I would agree. I mean...
They're good movies by any means, but I think Willy Wonka, I actually...
The first one's definitely not the best one. I feel like the first one's overrated for sure, in my opinion. But that, funnily enough, that's the one that we grew up with. But I feel like we didn't really watch those that much.
Mm-mm.
We had it, but I don't think we really watched it a ton growing up. I've definitely watched it a lot more now as a 31-year-old than I did as a 10-year-old. All right. Music. We're going to do one-hit wonders again. All right. Who had the famous 90s hit Closing Time? The Verve Pipe, the Verve, the New Radicals, or Semisonic?
The Verve Pipe.
They actually did have a one-hit wonder.
That's a name?
The Verve Pipe and the Verve both had one-hit wonders.
Well, I know the Verve. I've heard the Verve, but the Verve Pipe, that's just...
So the Verve Pipe, I believe, had the Freshman, and then the Verve was Bittersweet Symphony.
Right.
The New Radicals had You Get What You Give, and Semisonic had Closing Time. So anybody that went with 4 got that one.
Would you rather be a one-hit wonder or have 2 hits and then be done?
Depends on which one makes you more money.
Well, I feel like 2 hits, most people forget you just as often as they forget you with 1 hit.
Yeah, that's true. All right, number 2. Who had the famous 90s hit I'm Too Sexy? Right Said Fred, House of Pain, Digital Underground, or Chumbawumba? I feel like a one-hit wonder is definitely the way to do it, though, because think about that. It's just one and done. You make all your money right away, and then, obviously you get royalties and stuff like that.
But think about it. If you're not, you got to save your money, and every concert you do, you have to play. That's all you're known for, and that's the song you have to play.
Good point. No, the way to do it. So I saw this. I'm trying to think of where. Oh, it was Lila was watching Lion King. I don't know, last week or the week before, and then after that, one of the behind the scenes extra things came on Disney Plus. So like I was sitting there watching it, and the kid that voiced Simba singing in that movie, like he was a kid at the time because it wasn't Jonathan Taylor Thomas that sang. All right, hold on, I'll come back to that. Who had the famous 80s hit I Melt With You? Toni Basil, Thomas Dolby, Modern English, or Gary Numan? So the kid that sang that song, apparently when they were doing contract negotiations with Disney, they had the option of just taking a larger lump sum payment of like, I don't know, like $4 or $5 million or something like that, just to sing one song. And they turned it down smartly, come to find out, because his parents felt like they could negotiate a better royalty deal for him. So they took they took a first installment payment of $500,000, I think it was, but then they wanted royalties on any time that song was reused for any of their content. So between like how many times they come back out with that, and then had it on Disney Plus, and then the live action version, I think they said to date he's made like $10 million just off from one time singing it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is Modern English.
All right, number 4. Who had the famous 80s hit Take On Me? Wham, Devo, Animotion, or Aha? Look at this. People know their one-hit wonders. Makes me proud. I think I got a good one for the 5th one, though. It's a 2000s one. I'm curious if Dan's going to know the 5th one, because I remember I remember this song, the one summer, was on the radio literally like every single day. It was super catchy, too. So
I'm excited.
All right, so yes, this is Aha. I think everybody got that. Steph says she's really proud of herself this round.
Jerry says Aha is not a one-hit wonder. Jerry, Wham wasn't either. Let's be honest. Wham is the greatest band in this entire round so far. It's been mentioned.
All right, number 5. Who had the famous 2000s hit Turn Me On?
I know it.
Paul, Los Lonely Boys, Kevin Lyttle, or Hoobastank?
So I played.
Aha wasn't a one-hit wonder, but it did show up on VH1's list of greatest 80s one-hit wonders, because that's where I got the list from. So I went right off from that.
The other day, I played this song on the way to basketball with Steph and I knew the entire song, and she couldn't believe I knew all the lyrics to it.
Dude, this song slapped. That was like what, 2003 or something, 2004?
Yeah, something like that. And it was a great song.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We used to
remember every song, or that one summer, literally every single day that would come on, like 30 times.
Oh, yeah. I sang it the other day, and I think I impressed her. I think she fell in love with me all over again that day when I knew all the lyrics to that song.
All right, coolest name on that list, though, has got to be Hoobastank.
Hoobastank.
Like, who comes up with the name Hoobastank?
Yeah, it is interesting. I don't know. So Stephanie takes the lead with 2 points now. Carrie's got 1. Oh. My pen's not reading. There we go. And then Dirk is on the board with 1 as well. So we got Dirk, Carrie's, Brooke, and Bobby with 1 apiece, and Stephanie with 2 going into round 3.
So this should be some grab bag. So a little bit of everything.
So it was Jerry. It was Kevin Lyttle, with a Y. And I don't know if that's his actual name, but that was at least his stage name. And I remember, that song, and I feel like Hips Don't Lie came around about the same time, maybe a little, but a year different. I always kind of group them together, though. Slapping mid-2000 songs. All right, question number 1. Almost all calico cats are male or female? I don't know.
So I got this question today. Tess and I went and got lunch earlier, and I got this off those little like card reader things, the Zeus things or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
On the table. Yeah, I that came up on there, and I'm like, oh, I'm totally using that.
I feel like logically they'd almost all have to be female, because if they were almost all male, I don't know, maybe not.
They are almost all female.
I wonder what the reasoning for that is.
I don't know. I should ask Tess. She might know. I have no clue.
You guys went out and bought a calico cat after that?
No, we've already got one. Tiny's a calico.
Tiny is?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what a calico cat looks like, to be honest.
I didn't either, but Tess told me she is. I was like, oh.
What is cynophobia the fear of? Squirrels, dogs, deer, or cats?
I did not know this either.
I'm not sure what would... I mean, I guess you could be afraid of big cats, and I suppose you could be afraid of, like, dogs. I don't know. Squirrels, though, however, dudes, I'm telling you what, for those who have not been up close to a squirrel, squirrels are nasty creatures. They are ugly, and they truly are tree rats. They are just gross. They are not the fluffy little forest critters that they are always depicted as.
What do you think the answer to this one is?
I'm going to go with deer.
It's actually dogs.
Huh. Okay.
I think I almost got everybody on that. Steph got that, it looks like, but I think she's the only one. Wow.
All right, question number 3. Before the 19th century, the living room was originally called the study, the parlor, none of the above, or the great room. I love it.
Do you know what it is?
I do. So I just found out the other day, oddly enough, I was walking through. So my house, remember when I first bought it, I thought it was built in 1830. And then for some reason, I listened to someone along the way, and they told me it was 1852. And it is built in 1830 because I looked at the tax records last night when I was or 2 nights ago, I should say, when I was on a walk with my dog.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that brought it up is because you said before the 19th century. Now, this was obviously the 19th century when the house was built, but I just thought it was interesting. It's almost 200 years old now.
Wow. That is pretty crazy.
So this would be the great room, correct?
No, it's actually the parlor.
Parlor? I thought the parlor was like a secondary living room.
I thought for sure we'd get either the parlor or the great room would be the two biggest ones. I was hoping somebody would go study, but it actually was the parlor.
What is the symbol for copper? Oh boy, I'm not gonna even say those, but I didn't take any. I didn't take that far as science. Anything with a periodic table.
Wow, a lot of people knew this. I honestly, I'm genuinely shocked. I would not have thought that most people knew that it was CU. Maybe it's just me because I suck at science, but like I don't know. I would not have guessed CU. Like who comes up with CU for copper? Like to me, that should have been like, okay, either CU.
They're saying
two P's in it.
Stephanie says CO is cobalt, but okay, but cobalt is a lot less known, I feel like, than like what is cobalt?
Wait, cobalt's actually an element? I thought that was just a color.
I don't know. Apparently, that's what I'm saying. Like,
or a mid 2000s Chevy car.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what disease can be caused by a lack of vitamin C? Scurvy, plague, malaria, or gangrene? Joey says cementing paste. It's a little art joke there.
Jerry says, I think everybody's dumb. No, I honestly, I'm terrible with science as it is, but I genuinely I'm surprised everybody got that. Let's see if everybody gets this one.
So this one's scurvy for sure.
Yep. Everybody got that one. So that one's going to come down to speed.
I know like fruits and stuff have a lot of vitamin C, but like if you're a pirate, and I know that's why they had to like start storing fruit on board and stuff, but like what were things in their diet that would have that, I wonder? I mean, obviously not a lot if they were getting scurvy. I'm just curious what made them realize that finally.
Don't you get quite a bit of vitamin C from the sun? Or is that D?
I think that's vitamin D.
Is it? Okay.
Like Sunny D. I know that's not a correlation, but I believe that is the reason it's called Sunny D.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably right. It's science.
It's basically science. All right, so Stephanie now has the lead with 3 points. Brooke is in second with 2. Evelyn's on the board with 1 in third place, along with Dirk, Carrie, and Bobby. I couldn't even read my handwriting. Let me rewrite Carrie so I can actually read it. That was a little better.
Jerry and Cicely are both saying vitamin D for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Vitamin D it is then.
Jerry says if you're a pirate, yeah, because pirates had a lot of pirates had scurvy. That was like where the big issue came from, was because they're on ships for so long.
Yep.
And would primarily eat like meat, and that was that because meat would.
Well, they ate like all the salted meat, right?
Right, because it wouldn't spoil.
Yep.
Versus like fruit will spoil super quick, so they wouldn't have a lot of it.
Oh, Steph says you can get C from oranges. Oh. All right, number 1. What was the primary cause for the Japanese decision to attack Pearl Harbor? Take over Hawaii, to please Hitler, to invade the U.S., or oil? Man, I wish it would show us the answers. So much better when it shows the answers.
So this is good. This is Kyle. Do you know this one? This is an interesting one.
I thought it was oil. That was the first one that jumped out to me.
So the primary reason for them to attack the United States was because the oil embargo the U.S. put on Japan. After that embargo went in place, Japan only had access to 10% of the normal oil reserves, which is why they attacked, because they basically, I shouldn't say they had no other choice. They could have stopped, imperial expansionism in Asia, but they wanted to obviously keep expanding, and so their only choice was we need to attack the U.S., and Pearl Harbor was essentially to neuter them, or at least attempt to.
Number 2, Greenland was a colony of which country until 1981? Italy, France, Denmark, or Britain?
Yes, Jerry. Sorry, that one was oil. Do you know this one? I honestly didn't know that Greenland was a colony up until 1981. That was crazy to me.
I was gonna go Denmark, because I'm just thinking geographically, wouldn't Greenland be located closest to Denmark? Or
I think they're actually pretty. I think they're just, I shouldn't say a stone throw away, but it's a small pool. Well, I'm sure it's a large pool of water, but yeah. So it is Denmark. It looks like most people, maybe everybody, got that one right. Almost everyone.
Yeah, I think everybody got that one.
Oh my God, Kyle, we're becoming famous. Someone from our Facebook, the people on YouTube can't see this, but someone even scamming in a different language.
Which organization was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1917? Tiffany and Company, Salvation Army, the Red Cross, or Ford Motor? So I believe it is Tiffany and Company, and I believe that's because they actually stopped making jewelry and were making things for the war effort.
It's a very, very good guess. But no.
Oh.
Wrong. It's the Red Cross. Simply because Red Cross kind of came about super handy with overseas fighting and stuff. Although that was a good guess though. I'll give you that.
Wait, so who is spamming us in the Facebook group?
I don't know. This guy, Sikander Navad.
Ah.
Yep. I don't think they realize that no one on here can see that if they're on Facebook, but he's got a phone number here. One call can change your life.
Number 4. How many U.S. presidents have been assassinated? 2, 6, 4, or 8?
Not attempted, but successfully assassinated, because it's a very drastic number in difference in number, I should say.
Oh, Jerry says it popped up on his screen as well.
Oh, okay. I have to go back through and see. Maybe it does come up on.
I can't see it on mine, but I basically see on this screen what everybody sees, and then on my cell phone I can only see YouTube comments. So
there was 4 U.S. presidents have been assassinated. I believe there's been 12 attempts total. But 4. But if you think about it, you're like, oh, only 4. But there's only been 46 presidents, so it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, as you said,
that's like a 7% chance of being assassinated. That's still not very good.
Yeah. So you got Lincoln and Kennedy, and then
McKinley and Cleveland, I believe.
Who was shot outside the Hilton Hotel in Washington on March 30th, 1981? Ronald Reagan, Robert Kennedy, Margaret Thatcher, or John Lennon?
Carrie said she'd seen it also. Interesting. I wonder why some people are seeing it on, because I don't see it on my YouTube app for us. So that's very curious. They're calling the guy. They want him to change the
Right.
one phone call can change your life. Oh my gosh.
But wait, there's more.
Maybe we're the only ones who don't see it. I don't know. I feel like by calling them out, hopefully maybe they'll leave us alone. So this
it probably doubled down and
right.
Doubled down and offer like way more.
So this was Ronald Reagan was shot outside the Hilton Hotel in Washington. He survived. He had a punctured lung from it, but he was obviously did not die. He was president for another 7 years. So let's see. Jerry gets on the board here with 1. Stephanie just tearing it up right now with 4 points, and then Kev is on the board as well. Going into the final round.
Yeah, apparently everybody else could see it on there.
I said I saw it. You wouldn't believe what it said. Stephanie, did you call the phone number? Well, it was in I don't know. It looked like it was in Arabic or something. I don't know. And then at the bottom it said 1 phone call can change your life. But oh boy. All right, question number 1. Which NBA player won the most valuable player for the 1999-2000 season? Shaquille O'Neal, Paul Pierce, Kobe Bryant, or Allen Iverson? Which player on here, Kyle, do you think is the best of the 4?
Oh, in their prime, Shaq. Got to be Shaq. Shaq was one of the most dominant players when he was in his prime. And the answer for this should be Shaq because Phil Jackson took over prior to that season and basically challenged Shaq to get in the best shape of his life. So he did. And just absolutely obliterated the league, won MVP for the season and for the finals. And then Shaq got lazy, started eating a bunch of cheeseburgers in the offseason, and that's when him and Kobe started having a huge beef, got into a fight, and finally Kobe got to Shaq and told him he needed to get his ass in shape. So then he did, and then they went on to win 2 more. And yeah. So yeah. I would say for Shaq sure. Probably was the most dominant. They were all good, but I thought the worst on that list was Paul Pierce.
Oh, yeah, 100%. All right, what are the 4 corner states of the U.S.? Utah, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, Oregon, Idaho, Nevada, Utah, or Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana? Yeah, Prime Shaq was a problem, man.
Man.
He's in Orlando, and then the first 2 or 3 years, even really when he got older and went into Miami, he was still
I was gonna say he was still a beast in Miami, but yeah, that basically his years in Orlando and then in LA, he was nuts.
Imagine what's crazy is they figured out if Shaq had hit an NBA average, and I think that's 76% of free throws, and I think he was 51% career shooter. He would have, I think, been 3rd on the scoring list all time instead of, I think he's 10th or whatever he is. But how much difference it would have made just from that. All right, where is Hadrian's Wall located? Rome, Italy, Dublin, Ireland, Carlisle, England, or Alexandria, Egypt?
If you look at pictures of Shaq or videos of him especially when he's in Orlando, that guy was a specimen.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just a physical, just beast.
Yeah, for sure. I think
obviously in LA he was too, but he was a little bit bulkier in LA, but holy crap. When he first came in the league and then he put a little bit of muscle on once he got to Orlando, holy crap.
I would say 99 that year, 99-2000 Shaq was his peak shape because he was huge, but not like fat. He was just a big dude.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch when people would try to they'd throw someone on him and you just literally push them off like they were nothing.
I used to like watching it when Yao Ming came into the league.
Yeah.
And him and Shaq. Yep. Because I remember that was like the big matchup. Yao's first game against him, and Shaq just dominated him.
Yep. All right. What was the cause of death for Freddie Mercury? Stroke, stomach cancer, pneumonia, or brain hemorrhage? Jerry says, Jerry knows the repeat questions. Yes, the Hadrian's Wall one was that was 2 or 3 months ago. He's the only one who can remember. So this one was interesting because
I think it was pneumonia, but didn't he have AIDS?
Yeah, the pneumonia. He passed away from pneumonia, but it was a complication of AIDS.
Okay. Yep. That's right.
Because I think technically, and I don't know for sure, I'm not a doctor, but I think technically no one really dies from AIDS. I think you die from
the complications.
I usually get sick very quickly and easily. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right. Man, tonight's game went by fast.
Yeah, we were cruising. All right, Jaguar Cars was previously owned by which car manufacturer? General Motors, Ford, Fiat, or Chrysler?
Do you Jaguars are pretty cool. I mean, I want to say Fiat, but I'm going to go Chrysler. Just, I don't know why.
I did not know this one. I didn't know Jaguar cars were owned by an American company, but it was actually Ford.
Really?
Yeah, Ford had previously owned them. I don't know when. I didn't get a chance to look up when that was. Let's see how everyone did this round. I'm curious because, like I said, we got the bonus, and it is a flag one. Spoiler alert.
Dan loves his flag questions.
Yes, this is a tough one too. I'm telling you right now, I think the flag one's kind of a toughie. So Jerry gets is at 2 points now. Kev's at 2 points, and Stephanie going 5 for 5.
Wow,
it's the first time in a while someone's done that. Very impressive.
5 for 5.
So obviously, it looks like Stephanie has one for the night. However, we do have a 3-way tie for second place with Brooke at 2, Jerry with 2, and Kev at 2. I'm just curious. It is, like I said, it's a flag. I just want to see who gets it right. Okay, name the country's flag. Is it Romania, Poland, Luxembourg, or Indonesia? Do you know this one, Kyle?
I think Romania.
Kyle's going Romania. Figured we'd have a lot of people going with Poland. It is actually Indonesia. Again, Stephanie went 6 for 6.
Wow.
Right. So Poland's flag is reversed. It's white on top, red on bottom. Which is why I purposely put that in there. Indonesia's is... I honestly thought Indonesia's had some design on it or something, but yeah, so congratulations, Stephanie, going 6 for 6. That I honestly don't know. Has that been done before? I'm sure it has been at one point. I don't know. But not in a while, so she says I need a lotto ticket. Yeah, no kidding. So guys, we will be back on Wednesday night with some more fun trivia stuff and things. So I'll see you guys same time, same place. Have a good night, guys. Thanks so much.
Have a great night, guys.